I am going to start a little early tonight. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, right here from Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube with the No Limit Thunder series. No Limit Racing. Go to NoLimitRacing.net to discover all about what is going on here. And this is Jason with Signature Esports. We are broadcasting from virtual Kentucky right there. I wanted to come on a little bit early and talk about some of the things that are going on in our world today. And that number 77 right there that you see driving is it's a great man. He did that special paint scheme. This is his local track, Virtual Kentucky. That is his paint scheme for George Floyd, and of course we put a hashtag in the stream in there, and a PayPal donation from Michael Woolley. He's going to donate everything that you donate today to George Floyd and his family. That number 77 driving the Black Lives Matter paint scheme just for tonight, just for the cause that he wants to do for his local track. So hats off to him as well. Qualifying is underway right here. We're going to be up to green flag racing in just a little bit. I am, again, Jason. I will be right back with you in just a little bit. Once again, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, right here from No Limit Racing Thunder Series. We are live at Virtual Kentucky Speedway, where we have 41 of the fastest drivers out there. Now, qualification is just about to finish up, and we are going to be driving these ARCA Chevy Malibus. As you see on the screen, they have just under 16 seconds to get their stuff together. And they will be up and running very shortly. Gridding will start, and we'll go over the starting lineup. Of course, before we do, we want to make sure that we take a look at our standings as it sits right there. Brian Wirtz is your current leader in points. This is the top 26 right here, as these guys are the ones that are locked in for the race. They've done qualifying sessions all week long to get the next 16 in. So take a look at the top 25 locked in on points currently right there. We are going to go green flag racing very, very shortly, as we're going to show you the grid. While everybody gets in to their spots, number 82, Brian Wirtz, your points leader, is also your pole sitter. Starting first, inside row of Jake Fluman in the 00. Row 2, Casey Knighton's going to start third on the inside. Outside of him is Anthony Thitchner in the number 88. Inside row 3, the number 2 of Sean Lodesine, Casey Gilchrist in the 6th position. Alec Cotes in the 73, Steve Avasius is row 4 outside. Casey Clark Jr., the 36, starting inside row 5. Josh Mayu in the 02. Isaac Mock in the 60. Inside row 6, Brett Edwards outside in the number 45. Brandon Fronopole in the number 10 is going to start 13th with Matthew Prisbilla in the 69 outside of him in row 7. Row 8, Kyle Hall in the 87, Edward Jurgen in the 92, Michael Willie in the 13, Cody Cox in the number 54. Row 10 inside, Jonathan Lee in the 44, Danny C. Davis in the 21. Inside row 11, the 18 of Josh Klinger and Jason Wiley in the number 33. Kristen Rose, love seeing you tune into all of our broadcasts. J.P. Smith in the 74, going to start inside row 12 with Evan Keese in the 46. Outside there, row 13, Ryan Hedrick and Marky Harris in the 27 outside. Mac Nelson in that 77, Black Lives Matter Chevy is going to start inside row 14. CJ Anderson in the number 20. Jake Elrod, the number 14, inside row 15. And Corey Doss in the number 9 outside of him. Mason Yost in the number 24, and that lines out our qualifying numbers currently as we're going. Pacing it around, getting ready to go. Green Flag Racing right here from Kentucky Speedway. As the No Limit Racing Thunder Series reaches week 3. We've got a few more weeks to go. Then we're going to hit a playoff grid and exciting racing going on so far. Big announcements coming from the the No Limit Racing Series. So they've got a Pro Series that's about to come up. They're going to make an announcement about that very shortly as well. Signature Esports getting ready to put on a new tournament that we're planning for in January of 2021. Pace Truck is off the track, and we are ready to line up. And we're green, going 140 laps around Kentucky Speedway. The 82 of Brian Wirtz ready to lead the field into turn 1. Exciting racing going to happen as things are going to start shaking up. Everybody hits the backstretch, the 82, with a .26 lead over the field. You see 3 wide all the way down the backstretch as first caution comes out. And we're going to wait to see if there was something that was going on there. No reason for the caution up on my screen currently, so we will see what happened there. Maybe get a little insight of what was going on as the pace truck meets the backfield. Mandy Masker, I appreciate that as well. Definitely better this week. CR Cake 117 out there cheering on Mac. Mac Nelson's got a lot of fans out there, of course. We appreciate all of the watchers. Make sure you share this out there with everybody. And get all those likes and subscribes in there. The more that we get in here, the better for the league. The more money that we can offer the drivers for payouts, especially at the end of the season. Speaking of which, we do have a caution, and that gives us a chance to bring up our new sponsor. Down there in the bottom right, you're going to see a new logo, Wise Guy iRacing Graphics. If you are into iRacing and you've got those great trading paint schemes going on, make sure that you go on Facebook and search this guy, Wise Guy iRacing Graphics. Today, the winner of the race is going to get a free paint scheme from him, and we'll feature that next week in week 4. And also, they're going to do a random drawing with one of the guys in the field, and somebody else is going to get a paint scheme this week as well. It's going to do that every week, and good sponsorship opportunities for everybody. If you want to sponsor one of the races, make sure that you go to No Limit Racing on Facebook, and or go to NoLimitRacing.net and click the contact information and send them a message, and they will get everything up to date. Coach Bubba says the 20 needs at least a top 10. The 24, Yost getting some rooting going on as well. 140 laps, so it's a long race. But Kentucky is a very, very short, kind of almost a short track, but not really. It drives really fast, and especially in these ARCA Chevys, pulling in 30-second laps. So tighten all your seatbelts out there, and we're going to be watching these guys go around and around for a little while as that first caution came out. And a few cars hitting pit stops right there. Ryan Hedrick, J.P. Smith, Brandon Smith, Roger Davis, Jake Elrod, Josh Klinger, Mason Yost, and Dean Coeli, my buddy out there, one of the guys that chats with me every week about iRacing. So good people doing good things out there. So a lot of these drivers not only try to keep up with this league, but they have other leagues that they are a part of as well. So good things all around, good things happening for everybody. Let's take a look at your top 5 currently as we are waiting for everything to get started. The top 5 standings right now. Brian Wirtz is going to be your coach. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Brandon. I do appreciate that highly. I don't like messing up their names. My last name is Followell, and that gets messed up all the time, so I do appreciate that. Brian Wirtz is your race leader right now. Jake Flume is going to be starting on the outside of Brian Anthony Titchener in 3rd, Casey Knighton in 4th, and Sean Lodesine in 5th. Currently, as we are waiting for the pace truck to turn the lights off so we can go back to green flag racing once again. Little rooting for Isaac Mock out there. Alec Coates currently sitting in 7th position. And take a look at where Mock is. Not far behind so far in 10th position. Gained a spot on that last restart over Josh Mayu in the 0-2. We'll go back and take a look. We're going to pull some drivers up. We're going to ride along with some of these guys as well. I don't have all of the drivers on my screen when it comes to cameras, but I do have 30 of them, so we will try to get around with as much as we can. One of the guys that you guys were talking about just a little bit ago, the 24, Mason Yost in the back. And there he is right there in that white and red paint scheme going on. We're going to catch back up with our leaders as the pace truck has hit Payette Road. A little bit of getting loose right there. Whoa, having a dive down. Restart just a little bit shaky. The 82 definitely getting a big jump on the rest of the field there, as caution is going to have to come out as the restart was not that great. Something happening going on there. .60 of Isaac Mock still listed in 10th position. We're going to see how things shake up. Nobody wrecked there, just a bad restart, a little jumping going on right there. There is Jake Fluman in that 00 Pepsi machine with the 84 right behind him. Ryan Wirt still your race leader as we're trying to get things situated and figured out. With the 88 of Anthony Titchener still sitting there in second place as they are catching up to the back of the field, trying to get out and catch the pace truck. Things kind of got congested there for a little bit. They are waiting to get around and get lined back up to go back to green flag racing. Large field tonight, 38 drivers. We had 41, 38 is what is in the field. As we've got two people out there waiting. And drivers to ride around with. There's your number 60 of Isaac Mock from Georgia. Currently in 9th position as it would be. Lap 8 being completed under caution as they are down the backstretch meeting the pace truck. Going to get everything lined out for them, and things are going to go better in just a moment. Only 2 fast repairs out there. That was something I was going to get to. Thank you very much. 2 fast repairs, so you don't want to use them all up, especially this early in the going, because if something happens later on, you're going to have to sit and wait for those repairs. That is what was said before. I know that they eventually, as they get going, there are going to be 0 fast repairs later on in the season, but I believe that there are still just 2 fast repairs. Little overhead view of the track right here at Kentucky Speedway. Fantastic 1.5-mile track. Fast, a little ditty, that is for sure. If you know anything about iRacing, then we'll talk about where everybody ranks here. Your top 8 drivers are all A-class racers, so people looking for their Pro Series with good ratings and solid runs. First car not in the A rating is the number 60 of Isaac Mock, who is a C-rated driver, but keeping up with them all right there. Right in here, ratings don't matter. It's all about how you drive and how you win, where you place, and just like in the real life, you could have no money in the world in a race team, but if you can put that sucker in the win column, everything is going to be working in your favor. So driving very solid up 2 spots. That number 60 is for you guys out there. Take a look at our top 5 real quick before we get back to the race. Brian Wirt, still your race leader. Titchener has moved up. And then Fluman right there in 3rd. Casey Knighton in 4th. And Sean Ludesine in 5th. Right behind all of them, Casey Clark Jr. is sitting 6th in the number 36. Alec Coates from Indiana. And that number 73 is sitting 7th position. Stephen Avasi is in 8th. Isaac Mock in 9th. And Josh Mayu out of New York is 10th position in that 0-2. And so we are going to ride along with the 00 when we go back to green flag racing here in just a moment. A lot of rooters for Mason Yost out there. He's got some fans. We appreciate you watching. We appreciate you doing everything out there. Linda Rogers giving a shout out. Candy Summerlin cheering on Isaac. As you're taking a look from the view of the 00, we're going to go back to double file in just a moment. Lights are off on the pace truck. Double file restart getting ready to happen. And it's about to happen, guys. We're going to go green flag racing once again. Last car on the lead lap right now. Ryan Hedrick in the 23 out of Illinois. He is actually just moved up a couple of spots. Some things are shuffling around for me. Brian Curry now in the number 25. Sitting in 26th position, Brandon Smith, first car off the lead lap. Followed by Danny C. Davis, C.J. Anderson, Cody Cox, Mark Harris, Josh Klinger, Roger Davis, Kyle Munson. Those guys are all one lap down. Mason Yost is going to have to do some work. He is currently sitting 2 laps down, but that is probably due to some bottlenecking back there, as life does happen in the race series. But a long way to go, and opportunities for everybody to get those laps back. There is going to have to be a pit strategy here due to the length of the race. As when the pace truck, we are not going green yet. Lights came back on the pace truck, so delayed at green one more time for everybody. The 82 is going to be inside of the 88 on the restart, and we're riding along with Jake Flumen of the 00. Long look at the backstretch right there as everybody is trying to get things together. Brian Curry back on pit road, so first car not on the lead lap. Or last car on the lead lap hitting pit road for a little extra fun. 74 getting some love out there from Mandy Massacre. Jake in the number 14 getting some love from Gabe Elrod on YouTube. Appreciate you out there. Everybody doing a great job. How's everybody's day doing? Of course, and always, make sure you scroll up to the messages. If you don't see it, there is a link in the very top. It's a PayPal link, paypal.me/maniac313 to donate to the cause tonight. That was Michael Woolley who put that up there to donate to George Floyd and his family to help pay for expenses. And a lot of things that are going on, especially being that Kentucky is the track to be at today. iRacing Season 2 has just ended as the pace truck hits pit road. We are going to go back inside the car of the 00. We're going to hear the acceleration. We're going to go back to green flag racing right here at Kentucky Speedway. Back to green, lap 12. Underway as you see the 00 riding high up to the line. The 82 having to run a higher line as well. 88 Flumen going inside. We're going to ride along for just a moment with Jake Flumen as things get under green. Let all the tires get warmed up. Right along with Mach one more time for you guys right here in the cockpit. This is what he is doing, where he is sitting, currently sitting 12th position. Right behind the 10 of Brandon Fronopel as green flag racing is still under the way. Everybody's kind of just trying to settle in, getting a little single file, some running low, some running high. As you're going to see some crossover moves start to happen for position. As we're going to catch back up with our leaders. The 82 of Brian Wirtz still out front with the 88 of Thitchner. Leading the race. Lodesine up a couple of positions over the restart. Restarted fifth on that last one, is now up 2 spots to third. as Casey Clark Jr. restarted ninth on that last restart. It is now up to fourth, and Jake Fluman holding his spot at fifth position, falling a couple of spots on that restart. This is a fixed setup league. Yes, that's what they are doing here for the ARCAs. They are trying to generate drivers and build them up for everybody. So that way, when they get this Pro Series up and running, they're going to be able to work on their setups there. They're still determining whether or not they're going to do an open setup as well. I hear you on the engine noises. We usually have them turned down so that way nobody gets drowned out. And these ARCA cars aren't as loud as the other ones as well. So and when we're riding along with trucks, they're super loud. And then, of course, the Cup cars are a little bit louder as well. Your race leader, Anthony Thitchner, up there, starting lap 19, getting things rocking and rolling for himself. Come back to the middle of the pack of the field right here to the 33, trying to make a move on the 87. Trying to go high right there as Jason Wiley diving hard to the inside. Saw this battle brewing in my relative screen over here. 87 with a little bit of inside damage. You see that right there as Wiley tries to come to the inside of the 87 of Hall. A lot of moving and shaking going on right there. The 33 seems to carry a low line, but is going to have to work that outside line to get around those drivers as the 87 looks to pass the 44 on the inside of Jonathan Lee. Heavy speed, too wide right behind them as Corey Doss is making a move. As well. We're going to take a step back right there. Lap traffic to contend with. Jake Elrod, Corey Doss, and J.P. Smith all right in that group right there. As you see the 26 and the 92 working together to get below. Edward Jurgen passing Corey Doss right there on the inside. And that 92, Jason Wiley right up there as well. Lap traffic still in the play. But the 14 of Jake Elrod now moves up to 23rd. As you see Corey Doss fall back about 4 spots in this green flag run that we've got going on. The 37 trying to play a little bit of catch-up right there. Sorry, the 27, Mark E. Harris. Car a lap down with the 21 right there. They're trying to make things work for themselves. As we're going to go back up to our leaders, and we're going to check out what's going on up there with Anthony Thitchner. A 1.2 second lead over the 82 of Brian Wirtz. Sean Lodesine not far off pace of Brian Wirtz. And come back to the 9 again. He is trying to make something work. Corey Doss contending with lap traffic again. Best lap of the race is done by, of course, right now, your race leader, Anthony Thitchner. Currently, he started fourth. He's currently first, of course. Fastest lap of the race happened back on lap 12, actually, and 32.537 when they got back to, lap 14, when they were back to green flag racing, got around once. 3 lead changes so far. But you see Brian Wirtz, he's closing the distance there as you see that low dive from the 88. Things are getting a little bit more quiet as we spread the field away. Let's check in with one of our drivers. How about this guy right here, Mac Nelson, right there next to Michael Woolley, getting then the 69 and Matthew Prisbill trying to pass Mac on the inside right there. Black Lives Matter car trying to take that high line. Michael Woolley in that number 13 right there, disappearing just a little bit. Maybe having some issues with connection as the 77 is going to have to look to pass on the outside. Carrying way high on the field right there, losing some ground. Probably due to some malfunctions going on with what was going on, but still carrying a lot of speed on the backstretch coming into turn 3. The 46 of Evan Keese right behind him. As you see a little bit of net issues going on with with one of our drivers right there. It's not my connection, I promise. I have them all in good. Go 69, go, go, go. Keep going. I like hearing it. He is trying to make a move right now on that 13 of Michael Woolley. As we're going to take a step forward and right along with him for just a little bit, trying to pass on the inside right there of the 13. You see what it's like to ride along with one of these drivers trying to go to the inside of the 13. You're going to see him have to carry that speed to 13, diving a real low to try to get that extra edge of advantage, but not trying to wear his tires out too much. As you see that hard dive to the inside, the 69 of Prisbilla having a check up right there just a little bit as the 13 is going to have to run that outside line. The 69 running hard to the inside, going to force the issue when they come off the stretch. You see the difference in tires. Crescent Rose, good job right there as a little bit of checkup right there. The 13 carrying that outside speed, but it only works so long when you have to dive hard to the inside. And fighting a little bit too much there as the 77 and the 46 have caught back to the pace of our 13th and 14th place drivers. The 69 running in, Matthew running in 14th. Currently, as we speak, Anthony Thitchner still a 1.5 second lead over the field. But Brian Wirtz on that last lap carried a little extra speed through the turns 1 and 2 as the 88 was running a higher line. The 82 trying to charge back to the front and take the lead away. Lap 32 underway as they cross the line at the front stretch. 31 down of 140. Anthony Thitchner still out in the lead, just under a second. As you see the checkup of the 88 having to run a lower line. The 82 of Brian Wirtz carrying a little extra speed on the top. Sean Lodesine just off pace as well. The 88 might be, the 82 might be sniffing in that draft. Coming in right here. A little battle going on back here for 9th position right here as the 36. I'm sorry, 6th position as the 36 is trying to make a pass on the 84 of Casey Knighton. And that does get to the bottom of the line. Right there is the 02 of Josh Mayu. Side by side as they cross the front strip. 84 just ahead of the 36 on that one. But it's only a matter of time. Somebody's going to pass somebody here. And the 36 trying to make that low line stick, but wearing those tires out on the inside, the longer they fight, the more the 02 comes into play right there as well. As the 02 is carrying just a little bit more speed than the 36 through the line, but the 84 comes down to almost block as Fluman and the 00 right there is now back up in the mix. So the battle for 6th, 7th, and 8th looking to change hands. The 36 backs off of the fight, trying to conserve some tires, but the 00 of Jake Fluman dives hard to the inside right there as well. The 84 now gaining a little ground over the 02, but the 02 is going to try to come inside and pass as well. Running the higher outside groove, the 84 is going to try to run the inside. The 02 carrying heavier speed and looking for a crossover move. The 42 right there, lap traffic. Kyle Munson from Michigan. The drivers right there manage that very, very well. And we will come back to them in just a little bit, but we have to come back up to our leaders because the 82 has caught the 88, and the battle for first is on as lap traffic is about to be the contention as the 82 dives hard down to the inside, crosses the single yellow line. Green flag racing. The 82 is right on the tail of the 88. Tire wear becoming a factor as the race progresses on. Brian Wirtz, your points leader thus far in through two races right here. Both of these drivers have both won races in this series. Brian Wirtz won Daytona and last week at Phoenix. I believe Anthony Titchener is the race winner there. So these guys both trying to compete for top dog in this series. The 88 and 82 running hard to the bottom line. Lap traffic to the 24 coming up. Mason Yost right there about to be put one more lap down as the green flag runs still continue. Middle high line above lap traffic as the lap traffic of Mason Yost stays low. 88 using lap traffic to make the 82 run a little bit higher line. The 82 of Brian Wirtz diving hard to the below the yellow line to give himself that little extra edge that he's going to need. If he's going to try to pass the 88, that's what's going to happen right there. Kentucky Speedway, everybody, it is on. Got a few drivers that decided they were going to come in and pit. 4 drivers on pit road. Matthew Prisbilla, Mac Nelson. Nope, I am way off. My relatives are telling me that they're in pit road, but they are not. Mass apologies about that. The 82 looking to take it high to the 88. 88's going to come up and try to block. The 82 is going to carry some speed to the backstretch. Diving low to pit road. Lap traffic wanted to get out of the way. But the 88 still leads in that Jim Beam machine so far right here at Kentucky Speedway. The 09 or the 9 about to be put a lap down. The 88 and 82 passing Corey Dawson at 9 machine up there. Harder racing so far as lap 41 is about to be complete right here from Kentucky. Let's ride along with the 82 as he tries to pass the 88. As you see that inside line trying to stick and work there as the 88 is just outside of the 82 right here. Brian Wirtz trying to make it stick. Dives hard to the inside of the bottom yellow line. Uses Kentucky's stick him on the bottom. The 88 running a higher line right here as well. I don't know if he's trying to give up. Oh, lap traffic about to come up and hit the line of the raceway. The 82 comes up to get right behind the 88. Is the 88 now going to use that lower third line. The 82 getting into the accelerator. You hear it right there. Getting right there to the exit of the line. Let's see how the guys are turning up as Brian Wirtz does make the pass on the 88. And now about to meet lap traffic, heavy lap traffic, as they are coming down to the entrance of turn 3 and turn 4. You see the long shot right there with the 42 on fresher tires. So not only do they have people coming off of pit road with fresher tires, but they've got vehicles just a little bit slower than them up front. So a lot to contend with right here, as you see the 42 right there is going to run a lot faster on that inside line. And some checking up going to have to do right here, as the 27 is going to dive to the 42. Ooh, almost gets right into the 42 right there. The 27 dives down low to get out of the way of our race leaders as they try to hit pit road. A little bumping going on there from the 2 and everybody else, so we will see what happens in just a little bit as things are going to cycle around. First round of green flag pit stops. 24 getting some advice right there as well. Linda Rogers telling Mason to get up and go. Let's check in on Mason and see how he is doing back here, running some laps. Getting ready to come down and hit pit road himself, as we've got everybody on pit road right now. Jake Fluman being scored as a race leader for that lap currently. Coming off pit road, coming down pit road himself. They get a point for leading at the race, so all the bonus points do add up in the end. 3 points for most laps led, 1 point for leading a lap at the race, and then 1 point for the biggest mover. 0-2 of Josh Mayu out of New York is on pit road as well. So we're going to catch back up with what is going on. Jonathan Lee Cox out there in the 44. Things are cycling back around, but the 44 out there in third position now as things are cycling. The 00, Jason Lee, the Lee of 44 scores a lap led there. Wiley in a 33 also being scored a race leader as well. So we're going to go all the way up there. As everybody hit pit road, they got a few laps back right there. So pit strategy might might come into play here, as the 44 is about 0.3 of a second off of Wiley right there. Wirtz climbing and coming fast. Wiley is 3.5 seconds back, probably hitting down on pit road. The 44 having all kinds of people right there meet up with him. The 9 going to go high. As you see, the 44 hasn't hit pit road yet. But now coming to pit road, so things are going to cycle back around. As you see, the 44 hit pit road right here. Catch back up with what seems to be and might be in just a second your race leader, as the 82 of Wirtz coming to pit road, trying to catch up that lap as the 44 is in for pits. And the average lap time around here is around 32.5 seconds, so you're going to see these guys go. Appreciate all of the follows out there. New follows from Eraser 1987. Appreciate that. Dress 63, Archaic 117, Brad N04. Thank you very much. AK Andrew. It looks like Andrew XW. I appreciate that as well. The 82 2.5 seconds out in front of the 88 as we are still green. 51 laps underway of 140. Brian Wirtz, your race leader. Probably your biggest consistent driver going on so far. The 45 of Edwards currently running 13th. As lap 56 is underway right here at Virtual Kentucky Speedway, the No Limit Racing Thunder Series. As I'd like to give everybody a little bit of break from my voice as we are back to green flag, or still green flag racing right here. 2 cautions early on, and then that extended caution on the second one. Things are looking to shake up. Interesting things going on right here with the 84 of Casey Knighton, all the way back up to 5th after dropping a little bit there for a little bit on the second restart. Casey Knighton doing well to stay consistent as well, as we have green flag runs all the way. Anthony Titchener 3 seconds off the race leader, and consecutively another 3 seconds off is Stephen Evasius in the number 12. I will tell you what, driver that is impressing me right now is the number 60. As we catch back up with that charter machine right there. Started 11th or qualified 11th and is running 11th currently. Putting a little pressure on the 13 of Michael Woolley, a B-class racer out of Illinois. The host of the PayPal thing that was going on right there as well. 60 of Isaac Mock getting a crossover from the 13, but running a consistent line. As you can see, he is chasing down the 13, putting a little pressure, having a check up just a little bit in the corners. The 13 running a little bit lower line, but the 60 allowing himself to run just a little bit more freely on the entrance, letting up like you would at a dogleg short track, and definitely putting a run to the money of Mr. Michael Woolley out there. Little Georgia boy giving the Illinois guy a run. As we're going to take a look at that from overhead, you see the 60 running that inside line. And the 13 having to try to carry just a little bit heavier up there. Disappearing just a little bit there too. Well, still a little connection issues going on right there, but the 60 giving himself a run to the inside, going to cross over and high up into the top 10 for the first time today. Isaac Mock now ready to start chasing down the 10 of Brandon Fronopel. As we catch back up to our leaders, lap traffic to be contending with. We jump across the track. The 82 of Brian Wirtz. All kinds of cars that were around him just a little bit ago, and now he is holding a solid lead over second place Anthony Thitchner. 4.5 seconds back. Anthony Thitchner, though, running just about a tenth off of the race leader. But someone to watch out for, is that Stephen Evasius and Sean Lodazine, both drivers running just a smidgen faster than let's see, Sean Lodazine running about 0.2 of a second faster than our race leader currently right now. So playing some catch up and getting those laps in as the 92 gets a little bit in front of the 82 there, but I think the 82 is just trying to catch himself for a dive down to the bottom to pass the 92. Lap traffic still going as Edward Yergin becomes the first car one lap down, with the 69 of Prisvold in the sights of the 82. Green flag conditions. I do have to fulfill my sponsorship duties and play a commercial. I'll be right back with you.
Depend on when your vehicle needs service. They sell tires and have an oil change bay for quick service. For big or small repairs, Dependable wants you to be back on the road. Dependable Towing, on call anytime, can get you out of a bind and back on the road with towing, unlocks, and jump starts. Dependable Automotive and Towing tows for all shops and garages. When you need a hand with your car or truck, remember Dependable Automotive and Towing, now merged with Frederick's Muffler Shop located in Camdenton.
So if you are ever in the Lake of the Ozarks area and you find yourself in need of a towing service, those are the guys I recommend. Oil changes and all kinds of stuff. So right here in the heart of Missouri, if you guys have heard of the Lake of the Ozarks here recently, we've been all over the news because we became TMZ famous for opening up to the public with our lake bars over here. Everybody trying to social distance. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing here. But that is what they do. As you see, some crossover moves happening right there with the 12 and the 2. Came back in here, wanted to see what was going on with some of our drivers as our race leader is still pulling largely ahead. So far with our race summary, 67 laps complete, 5 lead changes, 2 cautions for 10 laps right here at Kentucky Speedway. forget that I have a new logo up there, and it just gets in the way. Take a look at that. Brian Wirtz still your race leader. He has led 32 laps today. Right here, started on the pole, is currently sitting there. Last lap, almost a full second off of his fastest lap at the race, but knows that he has seen some of these guys run just as fast as Sichner is right there in the tracks of him as well. His fastest lap, 32.537. And running along with our race leader. And as things progress, that 6-second lead that was pretty solid before seems to be wearing away as we are about to see the halfway mark be what it is. And remember that every Monday night we have the No Limit Thunder Series, these ARCA Chevy Malibus. As the 69 dives low for the 82, the 82 is going to be right there on the inside of the 69 of Prisbilla out of looks like New England area. And right there to chase down Mac Nelson, the 82 is. As he dives low to go around Mac Nelson. Mac Nelson given plenty of room, but as we are sitting there, we are under caution right here at Virtual Kentucky. Brian Wirtz being your race leader, so a little unlucky for the 69 of Prisbilla, but 77 going to be the free pass car there, and then I believe the lucky dog might be actually some good luck there. So good push, 69. Good job, Mandy, for cheering him on. He's doing a great job right there in 18th position. Tire conservation is the big deal here, as you see these guys are in for the long haul. Heck of a race going on so far right here, as actually Prisbilla is going to stay on the lead lap right here, as the pace truck is right there on the front stretch. We are waiting to see what is going on. And I do believe everybody's going to be coming to pit road. There's your free pass cars right there, waiting for the pace truck. And you see that overhead view, all the leaders coming down, diving down on the pit road. Ooh, looks like the race leader missed his pit stall. As there is a look down pit lane. And you're going to see a couple of drivers come off. Looks like the 12. Steven Avasius, Sean Lodazine out there. The 82 missed his pit stall a little bit, had to back up. And now, and we're going to see the rest of the field come down pit road in just a moment, as the pace truck heads around to the backstretch. We'll see if we have any takers, as some things just changed and switched around. Long look at the front stretch right there. Jason with Signature Esports right here. As you see the tail end of the field, lapped cars all coming down a pit road right now. Signature Media broadcasting for you, and we are just enjoying ourselves. 140 laps to broadcast right here at Kentucky Speedway. as we are going to catch back up with our leader, and in fact our new leader. And we're actually going to pull him in just a second. Let me actually take that back. I think I'm going to bring in I'm going to try to bring somebody in here. And one of my channels disconnect there, people. I apologize about that. I was going to try to bring everybody in, and my channel disconnected, so I apologize about that. There he is. Bring him in. As we were watching you lead a lot of races, Brian Wirtz at number 82, buddy. You missed your pit stop on that, but you have a lot of speed in that that Chevy Malibu right there. This is Jason in the broadcast booth. How's your race going so far?
So far, pretty good. Lap car's been pretty great out there letting us go. But yeah, I missed my pit stall. Just got on the brakes a little too late. But I'm just going to save my stuff. I'll let them go, and I'll reel them back in again.
Well, it seemed to work whenever you were chasing down the 88 and that long stretch in the very beginning. So you got a lot of stuff for everybody, and some good racing so far. Talk about your team real quick, and all your team members that we can give a shout out.
I'll give a shout out to Woolley, Knighton, Fluman, and the other Casey. I forgot his last name already. Gilchrist. We've been working together in practice, figuring out the race lines, how to save tires, and how to keep the speed at the end of a run. And I would expect to see all of us in the front at the end of this thing.
Well, I do appreciate you let me bring you into the broadcast booth. I'm going to put you back with you. Good luck on the restart, and we'll keep an eye out for you at the end of the race.
Awesome, thank you.
Good driving out there for everybody, as the 82 was the race leader, but Stephen Evasius is now your new race leader out there. That number 12, ready to lead some laps. Pace truck is off. And we're about to go green flag racing once again, as that was 64 laps of green flag racing, and now we're back. 60 laps of green flag racing, and now we're back to green flag racing once again after a short stint under the caution. The 12 is Stephen Evasius out front. The 88 of Anthony Titchener. Sean Lodazine is going to be your third place vehicle right now. We were talking with the 82 during that little short stint on the break, and he has a lot of speed in that car, and they figured out the race line, so they worked well as a team. Speaking of teams, let's make sure that we give a shout-out to their team. Dark Horse Racing, Brian Wirtz, Casey Knight in the 84, Jake Fluman a 00, Casey Gilchrist in the 26, and Michael Woolley in a 13. Everybody, all good drivers trying to tame the beast right here at Kentucky, as the 88 dives a little bit down with the 2 right on his tail, getting right to the edge of the quarter panel. There's the difference right there with fresh air, as you see these guys, when they get out front and there's nobody in front of them, their lap times just, they become more and more consistent, and they become more and more free to be able to move the track wherever they need to. And the tires, especially in the first 10 to 15 laps, they tend to grip right there, right where the 12 is driving right there. They don't have to dive all the way to the inside unless they're going to jump in for a pass. As his best lap was his last lap, 32.667 was the 12's lap on there. Anthony Titchener running second place. A lap 80 complete right here at Kentucky. As drivers be drivers, the 88 is going to start diving low. You're going to start seeing some moves being made. 82 said he was going to save his stuff, so let's see what kind of run these top three cars are going to have for each other. The 12, the 88, and the 2 running 1, 2, 3. The 88 has now caught the 12. As you see, a little bit of issue going on right there for the 2, a little blinking, or what they call a net lag. The 88 right on the tail of the 12, going to make him run a little harder. As you see, the 82 run a higher line and dive right in to do a crossover in between the 2 and the 0-2 of Josh Mayu up there in 5th position. The 00 Jake Fluman dropped down to 6th position, and Casey Clark Jr. sitting there in 7th. Brandon Fronopole up to 8th from 9th. Casey Knighton from 11th to 9th. And our improved driver of the day, Isaac Mock, in the 60, still running 10th position. Lost a lot of positions in the very beginning and then drove his way all the way back to 1 position better than he qualified. So a nice job. Biggest mover of the day, Mac Nelson from 27th. Let me take that back. Mac Nelson up 10 spots to 17th from his starting position. And go back to the biggest mover of the day, up 17 spots, Brian Curry in the 25, up to 15th. One, two, three, four, five, all within a tenth of a second of each other as the 88 takes the lead away from Stephen Evasius pretty smoothly without having to have too many hiccups. Just drove it underneath and made the line stick. The 12 losing a little bit of pace, not used to running out front as much, but still keeping pace with the race leader of Anthony Thitchner. The 2 of Sean Lodazine right there in the 3rd to try to keep within driving range. And the 82 of Brian Wirtz right there in 4th spot, getting a little loose as the 02 looked to be going right to the inside, but the 82 got a little loose on the exit of that turn, or the entrance of that turn. Coming down the backstretch, though, no problems as he is right on the foot skirts of the 2 of Sean Lodazine. Sean Lodazine out of Michigan doing a great job to carry it forward. Lap 85 complete. Sorry, lap 86 right here of 140. Kentucky Motor Speedway getting down to the wire. Another driver to mention, we're going to go back and talk about right now as he has moved up. Matthew Prisbilla has, when he restarted back there, he restarted back 27th, now up to 14th, 69, doing a great job of driving his way through the field as we were watching this battle for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So the 88 out front, but these guys right here making it interesting on each other, the 2, the 12, the 82, and the 02. Trying to keep each other honest as the 82 had looked to draw on the inside of the 12. Now slips right back up in front of the 12 and the 2 and the 02 with the 2 of Lodazine right there trying to chase down the 88 of Thitchner. 82 looking to go on the inside of the 12 maybe once again right here, but the 02 driving his way in there as well, trying to work with what is going on there. The 82 driving high to the outside of the 12. It says, I can't pass you on the inside, but the 82 gets loose just a little bit. No caution as it was just caution does come out. It looked like the 82 had just gotten a little bit loose there. Caution does come out. I don't see any contact on the 12 right there. I think he was just running that high line, and I don't see anything on the 0-2 as well. So good stuff. Good hard racing. As the 82 is only going to fall back to 7th position. No damage from what I can tell on this angle. As we're going to jump into a little closer view, maybe just a little bit right there on the inside. As you see the 82s get a little bit of inside wall damage right there. Everybody's going to dive down to pit road and take some 4 fresh to make it all the way to the end. Isaac doing a great job right there. Leader's going to hit pit road. The only person that I don't see coming to pit road, Alec Coates. And that number 73 is staying out. Looks like he's going to try to lead a lap out there. As you see, we're going to change some angles and see what's going on. Race off pit road, 88. It looks like he's going to be the one to beat everybody out. The 2 and the 12 right behind. As 4 tire stops all the way around for everybody. We're going to take a look at how the pit stops roll. That's the race off pit road. 88, the 2, the 12. The 0-2 of Mayhew, and the 82 back up to 5th position. The 36 of Clark right there. Brandon Frontal up to 7th position. And don't worry, folks, on the race off pit road, the number 60, I'm not being biased, I promise. We just got a lot of fans for the 60. Rudeman is only lost 1 spot off the race off pit road, but still right there in 11th. Doing great things as everybody's going to cycle back through. That's how it's looking so far before we go back to green flag racing. And let's get rid of some screens right there. That's a little weird. Looks like we got some extra numbers going on. We'll skip that right there. That's so funny. That's so funny. Let's do this. Unofficial, what's going on? Come on now. Come on. Come on. Hey, there we go. There it is. I fixed it. That was a little weird off-the-wall glitch. No big deal for me, though. I'm pretty happy about that. 73 going to be the year where counted as your race leader right now. Mr. Coates, Alec Coates, decided he was going to stay out for some laps to be led, as the 88 of Titchener is going to be inside or outside second spot. The 2 of Lodazine is going to be inside of the 12 of Steve Avasius, Josh Mayhew. And let me correct that. Almost everybody stayed in the same position. It's just we had a car stay out and didn't take tires. So one more time, pit strategy going to take everything into play. The 73 of Alec Coates out front, the Indiana native. Before we get back to a top 5 so far, Coates, Titchener, Lodazine, Avasius, and Wirtz. Base truck's about to hit pit road, and we're going to be back to green flag racing once again. As you see, the 73, 88, 2, and 12. The 0-2 is going to be on the inside, 5th position. And you hear him accelerate. Green, green, green once again. As that 73 is going to take off like a bat. And we're going to ride along with the 2 as we're going to see how things get interesting right here with the 73 out front. The 88 of Thitchner right outside the 73. 73 kind of a little bit loose, a little bit shaky right there, but still carrying that speed. Running a very low line. Oh, and now you see the 88 get turned just a little bit. Still green flag, nothing going on. The 2 right there as we were riding along came up just a little bit high. Caution does wave as Thitchner is now off the path. As I think we got some wrecks going on behind us. Let me go back here. There is the 82. It does happen when a lot of people wreck. A lot of people are resetting. So that's what you're seeing right there. Apologize about everything happening. When they are resetting and getting pits, they are loading back in. And that's exactly what you see. And once everybody gets loaded back in, it does that, and it settles back down. Alrighty, folks. Let's see how everything lines back out in just a minute. As the 73 being scored as your race leader. There's some free pass cars going on right there. The 2 of Lodazine going to have to drop back. Looks like he got an EOL for causing the caution right there. Tough break for that young man out of Michigan. We rode along with him when we saw what happened there. They do take it seriously, and they want to make sure that everybody's playing fair. If you are the cause of an incident, you get it into the line, and you have to go all the way back and start at the back of the pack. But he did have a very fast car and can work his way back to the front still. Just over 43 laps to go, 44 laps to go right here at Kentucky Speedway. We're going to catch back up with our leader. As now everything is somewhat changed. And if I had to make a prediction, I wouldn't, because I don't do that. Thank you, everybody out there, for watching still. I appreciate it. Eraser 1987, still out there. Dress 63, still out there. Excuse me. The Crescent Rose, always commenting. Love watching you guys watch. It's one of those fun things I get to know that you're out there. But speaking of patience, the 82's in third spot. Casey Clark Jr. is going to be sitting there. He's going to start outside. We're going to take a look at that top 5 standing so far. The 73 of Alec Coates. Josh Mayu sitting in second in that 02 machine. 82 of Brian Wirtz going to start on the inside. In third position outside, restarting Casey Clark Jr. in that 36. And then once again, Jake Fluman. And that 00 is going to be starting 5th. Ones that you don't see. 6th on back, the 10 of Brandon Fronopol. The 13 of Michael Woolley. That's 6th and 7th for you. And then in that 8th position, restarting outside of Michael Woolley is going to be the 60 of Isaac Mock. The 12 of Stephen Evasius is dropped all the way back to 9th position after that. And then Casey Knighton in the 84 back into 10th. Mac Nelson has worked his way from 27th all the way up to 14th position right now. Evan Keys from 24th all the way to 15th. And Sean Lodazine from that position had to drop all the way back to 18th. And after pits, Anthony Thitchner is going to start right outside of him in a 19th position. Two fast cars out front kind of collect to each other. I appreciate you out there, Video Game Guru. And it's always a great thing to be a part. I support everybody that does this. I actually drive a little bit in the iRacing platform, but I love to broadcast, and that's what I do here. So I broadcast 7 nights a week and give these guys a little bit of rooting. And, of course, and always, we want to make sure that you give these guys a bunch of love. Go to signatureesports.com. I'm making driver pages for all of these drivers on my website. And you'll be able to buy their shirts here very soon. It may be an esports platform, but when we go green, green, green right here, they think it's the world. So keep cheering them on, keep rooting them on. The 73 out front over to the 82 and 02 as we are back to green on a lap 99, 02 out front of the 82 to 73 running the high line. As you see, just a little bit of a touch and play. Nobody pitted on that stop. The 36 outside of the 82. Brandon Frontal up to 5th place right now, and it's about to get fun. Side-by-side racing from the front all the way back to 02, trying to make a pass on the outside of the 73. 73's on the older tires. The last time that he pit, it was 27 laps ago, Alec Coates. So everybody else is on 17-lap fresher tires, and that includes 2 cautions underneath that, or that last caution underneath those tires. So tire's going to play a fact here as we were trying to catch some laps. The 02 of Mayu out front with a 36 of CJ Clark up there. Casey Clark Jr. now running in 2nd position. Brandon Frontal passes for 3rd. They're going to make it interesting right here. As you see, the battle for the lead is going to be one for the ages. Restart worked really well for everybody. Stephen Avasi is back up to 8th position. Jake Fluman sitting there in 6th. Things are working their way through it. Dive hard to the inside. Cross move on 36. Trying to gain a little extra speed to catch up with the 02. Diving hard down to the inside of turn 1. Running a much lower line than 02 on the exit of turn. And then carrying that extra speed. It's almost a slingshot around that corner right here at Kentucky. And then on the exit on turn 3 and turn 4, they usually run that one line up, or that 1/3 up you see right there. All 3 drivers in the front did that. As the 36 is going to try to carry a little extra speed to the outside, followed down with the 02, crossing up like you're going to touch the wall. But the 10 running a little bit harder there. Brandon Frontal up to 3rd. As the 02, Josh Mayu is up there in front of the lead. The 10 going to try to take a little bit of air off down the bottom of the 36. Running the same line as the race leader right there. And going to slide up in front of the 36 of Casey Clark Jr. Brandon Frontal trying to take that position away. As the higher line going to have to work right here for the 10 of Brandon Frontal, as they are working hard against each other to try to take the lead away from the race leader. But now these 3 cars pulled away from the pack just a little bit. Brian Wirtz, who was your race leader for a long time, caught up in a little bit of that. Has Alec Coates, that 73 right in front of him. Those guys are 4th and 5th consecutively. As the 10 of Brandon Frontal now working on the 02 of Mayu. You see how patient these drivers have to be to not wreck each other, and at the same time run a consistent line. As you see almost a block put on by all three drivers at the same time. The 10 having to run a different line, going to have to run the inside here now, as the 36 had a clever little slide job move right there to run the outside line, and doing a great job to keep the 10 a little bit lower. The lower line is the slower line right here at Kentucky, so you're going to run that middle third. And as the tires wear, you're going to start running a little bit higher as well, because those outside tires wear very, very fast. Patience is key right here at Kentucky. They are coming to the line. Lap 106 complete. No Limit Thunder series, a playoff of course, one of the classic movies of the age. Little Tom Cruise love for you there if you like that. 0-2 of Mayu still out front. Josh Mayu is led now 7 laps. His fastest lap was 32.608. Started 10th. 9 lead changes so far. Brandon Frontopole right behind him. Mayu right behind him. Hard-fought battle going on right here for first, second, and third, as the lap traffic is about to be in play. Good old Mac Nelson right there in 18th position. I want to make sure that you see these guys are working really hard. Matthew Prisbilla in the 69 back up to 20th position after being down just a little bit. Cody Cox back up again. Gained a lap back on the last one. He is in that 54 as the 10 tries to go outside on the 0-2 to take the lead away on this lap. He's gonna try to make it work and make it stick right here. Cody Cox back up to 24th after being 3 laps down, now only 2 laps down. Dives, cuts across, leads at the line. Brandon Frontopole is now your race leader. The 0-2 of Mayu settles for second currently, as the 36 of Casey Clark Jr. doing his job to keep up as well. The gap from the third on back. Closest car is 2 seconds back from the race leader. Stephen Avasius is that car in that 4th position. Jake Fluman in 5th. Michael Woolley in 13th. The 82 of drivers that we were looking to see for. The 82 of Brian Wirtz had to get off the pace and get some stuff fixed. So we should be able to see him back on the track very shortly. If you keep it back under caution once again. I was getting ready to go over a bunch of stuff with you, but we will scratch that. And Brian Wirtz had to go and take a pit stop on lap 108. That's when he hit the pits. And at lap 112 now, we are under caution, meeting the pace truck as everybody brakes and catches back up to pace. Exciting race so far, and everybody doing a great job of keeping their distance and having fun. Hard racing for 1, 2, 3 right there, as we're going to see if anybody is going to take tires and gas to have those fresh tires on pit road. And sure enough, race leader is going to come out and take a set of tires. Brandon Frontopole, your race leader, and I will be right back with you. We're going to play a little bit of ditty for you.
What's going on? Well, race strategy really had nothing to do with it. Getting that bonus point had everything to do with it. Number one, and then anybody that donates to my PayPal goes to George Floyd and their family or whatever, and we or whatever organization they want it to go to. So if you send that information out there for me, that'd be great. I don't know what it is because I think I gave all the information to you, buddy. Very much.
Kind of hard to hear out there when you can't hear me, but you got to hear Mr. Michael Woolley out there talking about his race strategy and talking about what was going on there. Mr. Woolley is doing a good job, and I want to talk about his what we had put up there before. Make sure that he's going to donate everything that he can to either the family or whatever organization they want everything to go to George Floyd's family. So he put up his PayPal information. So go to paypal.me/maniac, MANIAC 313. The number's 313. To donate. Click on that link. It's in the description of most of everything that we have going on. We'll make sure that we put the description up there as well for the rest of the after the broadcasts are done with, and we'll make sure that we have all that up there for you. George Floyd, of course, was killed just here recently after a police officer knelt on the back of his neck. Autopsy reports came back today, and as much as it is sad news, it is also a terrible incident that could have been avoided. So the 13 of Michael Woolley out front, and he is ready to get going. As you see, the relative right there, Casey Knighton sitting in second, beat everybody off pit road there. The 00 of Jake Fluman and Brandon Fronopel, who was dual race leader, now sitting there comfortably in a 3-wide position, trying to chase down the 13 of Michael Woolley, who is really just pulling away from everybody, even on older tires. He is doing a heck of a job. It looks like we got a car off the track right there, but they are off the track, so Green Flag Racing still going as we are racing once again. Comfortable lead for the 13, doing a great job. Having a lot of fun. It seems to be out front with that clean air. 4 wide, almost in the back there, as everybody looks to be trying to jockey for that position to get right back up there as fast as possible, knowing that the race is coming down with just 23 laps to go. And when we cross the line, the 13 dives hard down low. The Fluman gets a little loose right there in front of Fluman. Saves it and forces the 00 to have to check up, and everybody behind him as well. The 02 outside of the 10 as a hard dive down low, as you see now 4 wide for the race lead. Now doubling up as the 13 makes the 02 go high. 02 gets into the wall just a little bit. The 03 the 13 giving up his position to let everybody race around and knowing he's got older tires, and he is running well. As now we have a 4-way, 5-way battle for first place as the 12 of Stephen Evasius gets around the 00 of Jake Fluman to try to run away with it again. The 10 of Brandon Fronopel right there in front as well. how it runs. The 12, the 00, the 10. That's your top three. Casey Clark Jr. sitting there in fourth. The 84, Casey Knighton, right there as well. Steve Devasius leads at the line. 21 laps to go right here at Virtual Kentucky Speedway. And we appreciate everybody still out there watching. This is a long race to handle, but it's still a lot of fun. Mac Nelson and that 77 back on the lead lap with everybody. So nice job with him. He's back there running against the 86 of Douglas Carlson. Some names we haven't mentioned in a moment. The 02 of Josh Mayu was up there for just a moment, but after everything kind of checked up, fell back a few spots. 13 of Michael Woolley up there running as well, getting those bonus points. Leading a couple of laps. That's what he wanted to do and make sure that he got those. Brandon Frontapole right there in third spot. Running down Casey Clark Jr. again, or Senior Jr. Clark. That's what you see up there. But Casey Clark Jr. is his name out of Ohio. Brandon Frontapole out of Florida. And then the Texan of Jake Fluman at a 00. The Dr. Pepper machine up there once again. Casey Knighton, he is doing a great job to hold on to his race. Running very well, but Brandon Frontapole passes on the inside of the 36. And the 36 going to look to do the same thing as they are trying to chase down the 12 of Stephen Evasius. Nose to tail. Brandon Frontapole running that mid-quarter line right there with the 12 of Stephen Evasius in his sights. Right along with your race leader. And then we're going to back up and go to Brandon Frontapole as you see that pass. Trying to be complete to the inside. Stephen Evasius running that very, very, very mid-rigid, the mid-third, or what they call the mid-quarter line. 4 lanes here at Kentucky Speedway, but I break it up in thirds, and that's kind of how I like it. It's the easiest way to describe it. As you see that middle quarter panel right there is the goal of where he's trying to put that car. You see him get right to the inside of the quarter panel, and this is where he's going to try to make his pass. As you see how that tire hugs the line, and the rear gearbox of what is behind him, the 36, Stephen Evasius and Brandon Frontapole still trying to run those lines. And we'll go back to outside racing as you see them try to complete those lines going forward. The 12 of Stephen Evasius still in the lead after 124 laps right here at Virtual Kentucky. Trying to hold on to the lead. 15 more laps to go, or 16 more laps to go before this one gets finished. Michael Woolley falling off pace just a little bit from the start of the race, but only wanted to lead to get the extra points. Smart cookie when you're trying to do it on pit road right now. The number 13 that we just spoke with. He is on there for Ford Fresh and hopefully a caution to get back on the lead lap. As he's back off of pit road and ready to run. Impressive run by these guys. Good cleaner racing as they're about to hit some lap traffic. Looks like the 92 of Edward Jurgen right there. Heavy damage on that car you see as that Gatorade Mobile just there to keep pace. That's what he's trying to do, is run the laps. As you see, the 12 get loose just a little bit. The 10's there to capitalize. And the 36 and the 10 are going to move up 1-2 as the 10, Brandon Frontapole, takes the lead away from the 12. Ran just a little bit too low. Like I said, once you wear these tires out, it's hard for you to keep that low line working, especially when you get out of the exit of turn 3 and turn 4. Exciting racing so far as that ballpark machine screams around the mid-quarter or mid-third line right there. 36 of Casey Clark Jr. right on the tail of Brandon Frontapole, the number 10. 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 . 10 Coming down to the wire, the 12 of Stephen Avasi is still within reaching grasp of our leaders. Casey Knighton sitting right there in 4th, and Brian Curry out of the Atlantic area qualified at 32nd and is our mover of the day from 32nd all the way to 5th position. And if you don't believe it, well, you don't have to believe it. But that guy right there doing a great job of getting all the way up there. Caution is out. But Brian Curry right there started 33rd and is currently 5th. If you ever thought that you could start all the way back there and then work your way all the way to the front with, when we get back to Green Flag Racing, it should be 6 laps to go. And incredible timing for everybody here. Brandon Frontopole, of course, out front. If we see anybody come in and take tires, it would amaze me a little bit. And we're going to see everybody but the leader. Oh, 36, Casey Clark Jr. going to stay out. Don't think he came back and hit pit road or not. Doesn't show that he did. Once they got to the commitment line, it didn't look like he had gotten to the commitment line, but you never know. You never know. So we will see what happens as now the 10 of Brandon Frontopole and the 36 of Casey Clark Jr. are going to be 1-2. Sean Lodazine starting 3rd, and for those out there, it is a nail biter to the end. It's going to be. That's the way it has to be. That's the great reason to have such hard races. But I got to point out something because I've been a fan all day long. Very patient driver right there. Let's show you this guy right here, Isaac Mock. Started 11th, went all the way back to 21st, and has driven his way back up to now 4th position after those guys pitted. So very, very, very cool. Been a fan. And he's doing a great job of running a consistent line and knowing when to stay out of the way. So very good job for this C-Class driver. Another driver that I'm always impressed with. Of course, all of these guys are amazing. This guy, this Mac Nelson, he's been beaten and torn today and put through the ringer, but guy is running. Was counted as 13th whenever they came into the pits, but it's going to get some things changed. Came in for 2 tires and is going to come out and run it again. So Mac Nelson doing a great job out there as well. Jake Fluman, always a great driver, becoming very familiar with everybody and how they race and how they have fun, especially after 3 races. We've done 3 official races into the season, but we've been racing with these guys for a couple of weeks longer than that as well. Ryan Hedrick out of Illinois, that 23 car, doing a great job out there as well. You've seen him coming off with that UPS vehicle. The Jack Daniels machine leaving pit road in front of him. Brian Wirtz still on pit road right now, but only 1 lap down. See the relatives there, started 25th. He's currently 17th. Everybody's doing a great job. Okay, I got to make sure that I say it before we get back to Green Flag Racing right here with Brandon Frontopole as your race leader. If you are watching on Twitch, or you're watching on YouTube, watching on Facebook, whichever one, if you go to twitch.tv /JL follow, that's the letter J, the letter L, and then follow like you would follow somebody, and then /about, you will see a donate tab down there. Every time I broadcast, I do it for a reason, and I do it for one specific reason. Over the last couple of months, I'm trying to raise the money for a special needs camp. It's a summer camp right out here as you see the 60 flashing just a little bit there, but things will shake out and get back to working for him. Go in there and donate anything that you can donate, $1, $5, whatever you can do. You can also go to signatureesports.com. Go to the shop section. There is a donate button. It says $1, and then you can click up as many times as you want. That will send it over to us as well. If you do that, we are trying to build some sim rigs for Special Needs Camp right here in the middle of the Lake of the Ozarks called Wonderland Camp, celebrating 50 years of great community service. And if you go to wonderlandcamp.org, you can actually watch their virtual camp going on right now because of COVID. They've had to shut down the camp for this season. So, and they are all publicly funded or privately funded. So they did it off donations. As now we're back to Green Flag Racing, the 10 getting a large jump out front of the 36 and the 2 of Sean Lodesine, knowing that he's going to have a lot to contend with. The 60 right there in a 4th position, right in the curtails of the 36. Excited to be up front and running very well, the 10 out front. Middle high line for the 10, Brandon Frontal out front by 0.3 of a second. Everybody getting settled in as the 36 and the 2 of Lodesine right behind. We crossed the line, 135 underway. Caution once again. So if you weren't holding your coffee and shaking and getting ready for things to be interesting, it's about to be interesting. Green-white checker attempt about to happen right here at No Limit Racing, the Thunder Series, every Monday. And it's about to be every Tuesday from what I understand here very shortly. So we're going to have 2 nights of racing for everybody. Again, I want to make sure that while we wait, let's pull up all the stuff that we have to do. I.e., we are going to go and we're going to talk to a couple of drivers real quick. Where's he at? And we're going to do it for being one of the most improved drivers, and you have a bunch of cheerleaders out here. This is Jason up in the broadcast booth. Mr. Mock, buddy, you are driving your way to the front.
Hey, man, yeah, this is exciting. It has been crazy up here. About lap 120 went 3 wide, and that's all I could do.
Well, I tell you what, you've had a cheerleader out of me. I'm not a biased guy, but I promise that you've got a ton of people out here rooting for you. Candy Summerlin's out here rooting for you. Buddy, you're doing a great job. Congratulations on making it this far, but you got a green-white checker. Do you have anything for the leader?
Man, if I can't get a good restart, I'm just going to ride out top 5. It's my first race. It's been doing good, man. I just want to say a shout out to everybody here at the house, and we'll see what we can do.
All right, buddy. Well, keep it up, and remind me what team you're on again so that way we can get you back in the right spot.
New Coats.
All right, buddy. Well, good luck on the restart. I'm actually going to pull in the race leader here in just a second and see what he's doing. So keep your head up, and yeah, you're welcome. That is Isaac Mock right there. That guy is doing great things and moving himself all the way up. Hey, Isaac, one more time, remind me your team.
New Coats.
New Coats. There's so many teams on this thing right here.
I know, right?
All right, buddy. Good luck on your restart, okay?
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
you're welcome. Again, Isaac Mock right there for you. And we're just going to jump right into it. And we're going to bring the guy in. The main guy, the main man, the guy leading the race right now. as he's leading the race and ticking down. We got a green-white checker for Mr. Brandon Fronopole up there. Brandon, buddy, you have driven yourself to the lead twice now, and now you've got to keep it. And you've got 4 hungry guys behind you. What are you going to do to keep it?
Boy, that's a good question. I'm not too sure. I'm a little nervous. I feel like I'm not going to win. I don't have the fastest car. I just lucky enough to be where I was all those times I got up front.
Well, you do have a green-white checker, so you only have to do it 2 laps around. So we do wish you the best of luck, and this has been a very entertaining and great race today, especially you got some big movers and some big shakers. You've got a new field, and you do have something new coming up for the No Limit Racing series. You want to give anybody a hint of what's going on?
Oh yeah, we got big things to come. Got a new series we're getting ready to announce that I think everybody's going to be very interested in. So definitely stay tuned and keep.
Well, we'll make sure these guys pay attention to what's coming up, and they can go to NoLimitRacing.net to find out all that information. Good luck, Brandon, on your restart. We're going to put you back into were you in race control? Is that where you were at?
I was in race lobby.
Gotcha, buddy. All right, we're going to put you in race lobby and let you go. Alrighty, that was Brandon Fronopole. Not only does he race and he's trying to lead this race, but also he does manage and own the league. So trying to hold off the guys that want to take his money at the end of the season. There's the 24 right there. Mason Yost coming off pit road. If you have not seen, I know we're going to go back to Green Flag Racing, but I got to pull this guy's car up. It's an amazing car. As you see Mason Yost right there. He has got the Itmobile, and it is freaking amazing. I love that car. One of my favorite paint schemes on the track. Every week in and week out, it's the Itmobile. So, but anyway, we got to go back to the front, and Pace Truck is off the track, and right now, Brandon Fronopole is going to take that lead as the 36 is just going to settle to dive in. Green-white checker right here at Kentucky, Virtual Kentucky, trying to get a top 5. The 60 said he was going to do. And he's running that mid-high line. He's got the 12 in his sights. The 10 of Brandon Fronopole down to the backstretch. The 36 of Casey Clark Jr. I read the screen up here, and I read my left screen right here. The names are all there. As the 2 of Velodazine is right there. We're coming to the line, crossing the Haas, and a 1 to go right here at Kentucky Speedway. Brandon Fronopole, a little pressure from the 36 of Casey Clark Jr. Steven Evasius right there, getting a little loose. The 12 is. This is the final lap to the race, so everybody reckon behind him. It is a race to the finish. White flag has waved. We're going to try to see who wins this. As Brandon Fronopole comes up to the line, the 36 is right there. Everybody's reckoning at the wrong time, and Brandon Fronopole is going to win right here at Kentucky. And what a race that was. And I hate to say it, but I don't know who came in what position just yet, so we're going to have to let it wait just a little bit until everything gets back to the straights. Congratulations to Brandon Fronopole right there for winning right here at Kentucky, as the 12 got loose, and I wanted to go back and see what happened there. With our new overlay system, the replays haven't been working as great, but we're going to go back and try to see if we can anyway. Let's go. Yeah, that's kind of what happened there. I'm trying to see. We're going to back up. We're just going to back it up. Let's find out. That was... There it is. Here is what happened. See, I can rewind. That's where it was right there, so let's bring that in right here. Oh. There's the 12 inside right there. The 2 trying to dive into the inside of the 12 and kind of just got, tangled a little bit. And then my buddy, Mr. Mock, getting tangled up in that mess. Poor guy. Oh, goodness gracious. That's what happened to that one. And then, of course, you see everybody trying to reset right there. And that's what a shame. But still, great race, great end to the race, and very exciting as things do come. Let's catch back up with the 10, and he is out there up front. Let's pull him in real quick. He was in the race lobby. Let's fight him again. There he is. Exciting into the race right there. Let's bring him in. Oh, goodness gracious. You didn't think you had enough, and then third place on back kind of got taken out by a little bit of just good driving. Buddy Brandon, congratulations on the win right here. And anyone you want to give a big shout-out to?
Yeah, I appreciate that. I want to give a shout-out to you for broadcasting, of course, and everybody that makes this league happen and helping get things going. I know we had a few late cautions and a few things that, were kind of crazy going on at the beginning, but definitely had some green runs, definitely had some good shots, and, man, I don't even know how I did it, but that's exciting.
Well, you did do it, and that's 3 different winners in 3 different races thus far, and so we haven't had a repeat winner yet. Maybe next week. Where are we at next week?
Put me on the spot there. I'm not even.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I will. I'll make sure I look it up real quick and make sure we give everybody the Michigan 94 laps at Michigan. That's going to be high-speed racing over there with these ARCA cars. I think that you're going to have an interesting race.
That's going to be interesting for sure. I think you might see a new winner there as well. I think that's a very fast track, very spread out. I see great racing.
Well, we'll definitely have great racing there, and after that we'll be off to the Watkins Glen area. Brandon Frontabolt, your winner right here at Kentucky Speedway. Big congratulations to him once again as he takes his pace laps around. Great racing all throughout thus far, as we're going to put Brandon back into the race lobby so he can get congratulated by everybody else. Thank you very much for watching out there. We'll be back again next week, but keep in mind that I do broadcast pretty much every day. So starting here pretty soon, we'll have the Tuesday nights with the with this league as well. Wednesday nights I do the NASCAR iRacing League with the Xfinity Series. On Thursdays I do the Whelen Modified Series. If you want to see some good racing, those guys race. Those open wheel modifieds are amazing to watch. Friday nights here pretty soon, we're going to have a series. It's going to be a signature series. When I say signature series, I'm actually throwing on a series. It's going to be a Cup Series. And then on Saturdays, we do the Saturday Night Fever Truck Series. And on Sundays, we do the Not Ready for Sunday Night Version 2 Truck Series. So Gander Mountain Truck Series Saturdays and Sundays. And, of course, back here on next Monday for Michigan, 94 laps. It's going to be about 8:05 Eastern. Their practice starts about 7 o'clock Eastern as well. But you'll catch me about 10 minutes till. That's when I start. If you've got any requests or comments or anything like that, make sure that you hit up Signature Esports on Facebook, and you can send me a message over there. Or jason.followwell, FOLLOWELL, at signatureesports.com. New website is up, but we're still doing some work on there. But you can, if you want to support the league, go on and buy a T-shirt. These guys would appreciate it because half of the proceeds that we make go to them, and the other half go to my cause that I want. So, Mandy, I appreciate you out there watching, and everybody out there. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful, wonderful night. I will see you again the next time.